There was a small mistake at the end of the intro. This is not the final episode, guys, so there's nothing to worry about. Let's begin. Hey, welcome back to a brand new episode. Yes, guys. Part 16 of What If Naruto Broke His Human Limiter. Remember to give this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in social media platform. And also, guys, don't forget to go ahead and check out the other What Ifs of the other channels. If you're new, yes, I indeed have 4 channels that I post What If on every single day. Yes, you heard that correctly. Every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead, click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Making family. And also, guys, remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new so I can talk to you and welcome you personally. So without further ado, what do you say we jump right into this new episode? Begin now, guys. So the last spot we left off, the group was heading toward the stand. It did not take them too long to arrive towards the location. Granted, Naruto could have gone much faster, but they still got there in good time. So, with that out of the way, Sakura got to work on healing Kankuro, as he muttered something before he had passed out once again about his puppet. It turns out that he took a piece of the Akatsuki clothing, so with that he used Pakon and other hounds to track the scent towards the location. It took Pakon some time to find the location, as Naruto promised Temari that he will save Gaara. When he finally arrived back, he had the location as Naruto took him and headed off, as Kakashi told him to go and stop them. Naruto made his way towards said location as he told Pakon to go on ahead. As Naruto stood there, seeing the seals on the cave, Naruto decided to just boulder through it, as none of them could really stop him. He learned to face off against fake Itachi and fake Kisame as well. A distance away, knowing about this day, Orochimaru and Kabuto had sent out their other test project. A few days ago, Orochimaru had Kimimaro unconscious in a table, as he was using Kimimaro as a host this time. And also, he had the Sharingan as well, so that he could see through the eyes of Kimimaro and see what happened while not being close, because Orochimaru feared the prospect of fighting Naruto right now and right there, knowing that it would not be a good thing. As for Naruto though, both Deidara and Sasuke were told by the leader to get out of there, making their way towards another one of their locations, taking the body of Gaara. However, Naruto literally leaped off the ground and met them in mid-air, dragging them down with him, as that is where the battle started as Naruto stole Gaara somewhere safe. The real battle then commenced between them, as the clash was devastating. Deidara had tried to use his arsenal to take Naruto down, but his bombs were proven to be more than useless, as Naruto was just knocking them away, and even then when they blew up on him, they still not do anything. That is when Sasuke pumped a huge dose of poison in Naruto's face, which caused Naruto to black out for 10 seconds, but something didn't happen. We also had a flashback to the past when Naruto was around 8 years old, training hard in the forest, and he came upon a strange object, and when he touched it, he had passed out for a good 1 minute or so. When he woke up, he did not find anything different or anything strange, so he just got back to training. However, this time Naruto's alter ego, as people say that it was, came out more violently. He turned Deidara into literal dust, as he beat him into literal nothingness. However, Naruto woke up before he could end Sasuke. Sasuke recalled the information on what just happened as Naruto was confused. This thing was taking over his body more and more as he started to become a bit fearful, still not having any idea what exactly it was. However, he still could not let Sasuke live. So with that, the battle commenced. Sasuke found all of his arts useless. The main thing he prided himself on was becoming eternal, but This young man was able to just erase everything that he stand for. Sasori gave up all hope as he collapsed down to his knees. All of his puppet bodies, everything broken and destroyed. There was nothing at all left. Nothing at all. They were all gone. But he told Naruto about the information about Orochimaru. Sasori always wanted to kill Orochimaru, and if he couldn't get to kill him, well, he would have someone else do it. So with that, Naruto ended him. It was then the monster showed itself after Naruto turned Sasori into dust. The monster attacked Naruto almost instantaneously. As it was able to speak, it said that it was made to kill him. As Naruto jumped at it, he was happy to release some stress as Naruto pwned the thing. However, it was much stronger than he thought, which made him grin from ear to ear as their battle caused a lot of destruction, but eventually Naruto erased it completely. Another test subject failed. Naruto made his way to find Gaara as he quickly got him. The Akatsuki gathered not too long after that, as they talk about the problem. As the Akatsuki realized something, in order to move on with their organization goals, considering that the leaf and the stone was now becoming close allies, they had to get Naruto Uzumaki and extract the Nine Tails really quickly. And that involves all of them. So they had to lure him out and take him out together. So for now they were pausing all operations. Meanwhile that was going on, Obito Uchiha, hiding behind his mask, had a real way of taking down Naruto. So far as Zetsu had gathered information, there was only one person. That was his weakness. And that was the girl that he was in love with. Love. Something that will always make you weak, Obito thought to himself. As most people do whatever it takes to receive, said love. As for Orochimaru, he also knew about Kurosaki as well. Orochimaru was planning on using her, as he wondered what would be the ramification if he turned her into one of his monsters, for her to face off against Naruto. So yeah guys, basically that's where we left off. You guys can switch across the playcheck for yourself. So to begin this new episode guys, well the final one. Yes guys, this is the final one, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Begin now. The three Osutskis that had found the Elemental Nation and realized that the place was brimming with chakra had returned to report in. They reported to their king. The king immediately called Momoshiki and Kinshiki to erase the problem and bring that woman back to him, as there was a chance that Kaguya might be there as well, that traitor. They always suspected of being one. Their job was to bring the both of them back if they were there. However, he doubted that the elite hunters would fail him in this endeavor. Momoshiki and Kinshiki quickly took off. It would take them some time to get to that location, but they would be there. Meanwhile, on the Elemental Nations, at the border of the Hidden Stone, there was a town called Rukyu. The town was consist of tourism, because of all the fancy hotels there. Yes, it was a rather luxurious spot. Naruto had taken Kurosaki to the most expensive one there. After they had a wonderful outing, it was currently the middle of the night. Giggling could be heard from the top suite, as Naruto had planned ahead, getting the most wonderful suite in place. It's not funny, said Naruto, as both of them were in bed. The sheets were the only thing covering their modesty. Oh, it's not, she said. I'm glad to know that my misery can make you laugh, said Naruto to her, as she chuckled once more. The thing was, this was hers and Naruto's first time doing this together. However, Naruto might have been a bit too excited. As they started, in the span of 5 seconds, it was over. And the thought was kind of hilarious to her. The look on his face, it was just funny. However, Naruto's stamina seemed to be endless. The second time was longer, but the third, well, she started to feel sore, as she was kind of relieved that it was over. But in the middle of it, she never knew that completely. Being with someone in an intimate fashion would give her this sense of connection. She felt much more connected to Naruto, as there was this deep connection that was different than before. Despite the both of them being together and loving each other for some time now, they are all body touching against each other. The both of them trusting each other 100%. Their bond seemed unbreakable now, and that made her smile. As she stopped laughing, she leaned in as she kissed him. "I love you," she said. "I'm not going to forgive you that easily," said Naruto, as she smiled at him. But he leaned and kissed her back. "But I do love you too." She leaned into his arms. "I wish we could stay like this forever." Kurosaki was not one to act this mopey about things, so you can understand why. It just looked different. However, Naruto did not really care. To him, well, this was perfect. As he held on to her. "Yeah, I know," he said. The both of them ended up falling asleep. It has been 5 days since the Gaara rescue mission. Upon bringing back Gaara, and Sakura had started to work on stabilizing his chakra coils because the beast's chakra had been it almost was forcibly ripped out of him. So his body had to go into stasis for a period of 2 days. However, he came out of it. He was grateful for his friend Naruto to save him. Naruto informed Tsunade about the meeting at the bridge that one of Orochimaru's spies had with Sasori. Tsunade take that into consideration as she was gonna send Team 7 out to capture this spy so they could find out more about Orochimaru. No one knew if Sasuke was in Orochimaru claws, if he was holding him captive or anything. No one has seen the snakes on him for some time now, so they did not know. As Naruto was able to pass on all the information that he had on Sasori to Kakashi, so he was able to get ready for what was going to happen. 12 days, that was how long he said it would happen. So Naruto decided to enjoy himself with Kurosaki. Naruto had slept for a day straight to make sure that when he slept that thing doesn't come out. He told Kagura about it. She monitored him as he slept, as they realized that he could not control his body while he had physically went to sleep. It was whenever he was knocked out. Poison was the only thing that could seem to be working. However, the poison could not actually kill him, but it could subdue him for long enough for that thing to emerge. For just a few seconds though. The more Kagura thought about it, the more she started to wonder. Was it truly Naruto consciousness bringing up past bad memories into a physical being? Or was it something else? She just did not know. Time skip. The next morning, Kurosaki blushed in embarrassment. "Stop doing that," she said, as Naruto kissed her in public in front of a lot of people. "What?" said Naruto as he pulled back. "It's not like this is their business." "Are you ashamed of me?" Naruto asks. "Of course not, you fool. It's too much." It was one thing being in bed with him when the both of them were alone, but, well, out in the public. Despite her attitude of not caring what anyone thinks, being intimate out in public was kind of one thing that she hasn't completely mastered yet. As Naruto chuckled and pulled her in before, he squeezed her ass, causing her to scream a bit, causing more attention to turn towards them as she pushed him away. As Naruto chuckled a bit. "I'll be going home now," she said as she started to walk off. "Oh, come on," said Naruto. "Let me bring you there." "No, I'll be fine. Besides, I enjoy the walk. Don't you have to go back and do something?" she said to him. "Oh, I see," said Naruto. "You're just gonna use my body and then leave me here stranded." "Tuh, I wouldn't say that is how it went," she said, as she sighed and rushed forward and gave him a kiss right on the lips. Her face burning red. "I'll see you soon," she said, as she headed off. Naruto watched her leave with a happy smile. He felt like the most happiest guy in the world right now. Nothing, no troubles, nothing could bother him. As he just walked home, for once not running or leaping or anything, he just walked. Well, for now, he just walked. A happy smile plastered all over his face. He truly loved her, with everything that he had. As he never thought that he could actually feel this way about someone before. He never thought that such emotions exist. A few minutes later as Kurosaki, she was lost in bliss. She was near the Hidden Stone border, so there was nothing for her to worry about as she was almost in the Hidden Stone regions. However, her mind was on a certain blonde. Love was a fickle thing. She never thought that love could actually make her feel this way. And she's felt this way for a very long time now. As she walked, making her way, she felt something off. Slowly coming to a stop, she glanced around. Her gaze narrowed. She thought that Naruto might have decided to follow her to watch her go. Granted, he has done it before, but still, she was close to the hidden stone, so she doubted that anyone would try anything. Upon closer inspection, she realized that there was only a few people, and all of them were civilians. She paused near the end of the road, where no one was. As she felt something off, the hair in the back of her neck stood up. She spun around. Her eyes went wide, back with Naruto, as he was calmly making his way, heading back to the village as he was taking a long stroll, not really in a rush. There was a chance that they would find out what happened to Sasuke when they got Orochimaru's location, as Naruto was gonna get it one way or another when they meet the one that was spying for sorcery. Naruto paused in his step, as he felt something strange. Looking around, he wondered what was that. The feeling was gone in an instant. He shrugged his shoulders and kept on walking. He was in such a good mood, as nothing could ruin it. Time skip. At the Hidden Leaf, Tsunade Senju was in the office, as she was going over some paperwork. These things always seemed to be just endless, she thought to herself, like there was literally no end to them most times. That is when, all of a sudden, someone just teleported right into the office. Immediately, all envoys in their hiding location quickly came out, weapons drawn, ready to subdue the individual. Yet the person seemed oddly calm, extremely calm. He had short white hair. He was dressed in a white and grey robe. He had the Byakugan, clear eyes, as he looked towards her. He was unbothered by the numerous envoys that were around him. "Who are you?" said Tsunade. "Pardon my intrusion, but I must speak with you," he said. "And I'm gonna ask you again. Who are you?" said Tsunade. "I am the person that you want to talk to because I might be your only hope of saving this world." Tsunade narrowed her gaze. Her envoy still had this person at weapon point, and yet he looked so unbothered by it all. She also noticed his eyes. "Tell me," she said, "are you a Osusuke?" His eyes narrowed at that. "How do you know that word?" he asked her. "So you are," she said, as he looked towards her strangely. "That event has not taken place. You should not know anything about them." "Let's just say I got friends in all places," said Tsunade. "So answer my question, are you one of them?" "Only partly." Tsunade hands her underneath the table as she gripped her fists. Her eyes flickered over towards Anvu. "However," he said, "I am just recently aware of them." "Recently?" she said. "Yes. And I will say it once again, your world is in grave danger if you do not listen to what I have to say." "Well, you just stay right here." "Cat," she said. The woman turned towards her. "Go retrieve Kagura for me. Tell her that it's urgent, immediately." Cat nodded before she vanished off. "Are you not the leader of this village?" he asked her. "Yes, I am. But there's someone else that I need to bring into this conversation. So you're just gonna have to wait," said Tsunade as she got up. "Follow me," she said, her envoys not leaving the guy's side. She kept her body ready and tense, just in case. As they walked down the hall to the Hokage's office, they made their way down the stairs, into a rather secretive room. "You can have a seat right there," she said. He simply made his way over and sat down. As she sat down on the other side, the envoys all standing behind him. Tsunade did not want to take any chances. She looked towards one of the envoys and told him to go and tell Kagura to come down here. He nodded and made his way off. The guy remained silent until she do arrive. "Have a name," said Tsunade. "Tonari," he said. "And what might I call you?" "You can just call me Hokage," she said. "Will do, Hokage," Tonari said. It didn't take too long as Kagura came in the room. You called for me. She paused, her eyes immediately going towards Tonori. You, he said as he got to his feet, the envoy's tense. You're one of them, he said. Easy, said Tsunade, stopping him from doing anything rash. She's on our side. On your side. You must be joking. She, like the others, will bring the downfall to this world like they have done to many others. All the stories, all the rumors, they're true. You should not be so trusting, Hokage. Kagura looked at him. You are not a full-fledged Otsutsuki, she said. Who are you? His eyes hardened as he did not answer. Look, said Tsunade. If you're gonna tell me how to stop this calamity that will befall our Earth, you're gonna have to trust her because I indeed trust her as well. Calamity? What has he told you, said Kagura? That the world is in danger. Kagura stepped forward as Tonori tense. Tell me, what do you know? Are they coming? And how do you know? He looked this woman up and down as he saw that she was worried. You fear them. She gulped slightly. What do you know? Answer me. He sat down as he glanced back up towards her. 3. I believe that they were scouts. So I believe in due time they will come to this planet and destroy it. Like the story said, they did to many others. And we need to stop them. Wait, you saw the other Otsutsuki, said Tsunade. Where were you? On the moon. The what? Tsunade said confused. On the moon, he said once again. Yes, I heard you, but you were on the moon? How? Why? Our gracious leader Hamura took us up there to build a new life, casting a different view of what he thinks about the Earth and the Earthlings down here. We split and separated from them, and we've been there ever since. Wait, you're telling me that you were Otsutsuki on the moon? This Hamura, who is he? Said Kagura. He is the brother of Hagoromo Otsutsuki, known as the Sage of Six Paths of this world. Wait, the Sage? He's a Otsutsuki as well, said Tsunade. Yes. We've been monitoring this earth for a long while. Our task was to make sure that the evil that once ruled this world does not revive itself. Because if it does, we should destroy it. Tsunade got up. Wait, are you telling me that you plan to destroy the earth as well? Only if there was no hope, Tonori said. However, mankind have somehow gotten more docile than we thought. More calm. Granted, we have not fully inspected the earth for some time now. But we see no plagues. The evil that once ruled the world, it did not get revived despite the statue being taken from us. The statue, said Tsunade. The host of the Ten-Tails. What's the Ten-Tails? The Ten-Tails is a beast of immense power, able to wipe this world out by itself, said Kagura. What do you mean, hush? She said, looking towards Tonori. The power of the beast was split. Yes, said Kagura. It was split into 9 pieces. The husk of it. It's still around, she asks. Yes, it was sealed on the moon some time ago, but it was taken, reverse summoned down to here. We believe that the evil that once plagued this world would once again show its face, but time has passed and yet there has been no sign of that evil. Lessen the threat that we thought that might arise. There is still a possibility, but so far. However, know that this new foe has shown itself. Nothing is safe, and the world will be driven into nothing but darkness. That is why I'm here, to inform you of the threat that is coming, so you can prepare yourself for a war unlike any other. At least then, with the information that I'm about to give you, you will at least have a fighting chance. I do not know if it will still make a difference, but at least there is a chance for you to fight back without being surprised, Tonori said. So the entire race will not cease to exist. Wait a moment. There is something that is bothering me. The sage, as you say, and his brother. I do not know of them at all. They are not full-blooded Otsutsuki, otherwise I would have known. It was their mother. Their mother? Wait, what was her name? Kaguya Osusuki. Kagura's eyes went wide as she heard that. As Nade was in deep thought. Things were more worse than she thought. She had spoke to Kagura about this some time ago. The Osusukis had went to planet after planet, sucking them dry. And there was a chance that they would come to Earth and do this. Eventually. That is why. It was a good thing that she knew about this now, so she wouldn't be surprised. However, she did not know if the time would be anytime soon or this soon. That is why she had to quickly make moves. The world had to know about this. A war, like none other, might come. And they would all cease to exist. Damn it, this was bad, she thought to herself. Do you know how much time we have? She turned towards Kagura. Kagura? Are you okay? She said. Meanwhile, hovering above the earth. It seems. They were correct. So this is where those traitors ran off to. Let's go, Kinshiki. Yes, Master Momoshiki. The two deadly beings hover down towards Earth. Upon breaking through the Earth atmosphere, they start to search. Their eyes, granting them vision beyond any other Hyugas. They scour the world until they found her. Back towards the hidden leaf, Kagura was going through a mental breakdown all this time. It was indeed her sister. She knew there had to be a reason why. The power of the Jubi was here. And yet, there was no Osusuki that sucked this plant dry. However, she heard about the legends of the Sage of Six Paths, the one that was said to create the moon. She believed that he was the one that did all of this. She believed it was some strange phenomenon. But she was wrong. Her sister. Wait, her sister had kids. She always wanted a family. She always wanted to get away from it all, not to become some sacrifice for a king to get stronger. It turns out that, boom! The whole place shook violently. Sneddy snapped her head towards her, as her Byakugan instantly awakened. Same for Tonori. Gazing outwards, a look of absolute shock and fright came on her face. They're here. What? Said Sneddy, getting up as a chair tipped over. They're here now? Yes. It's Momoshiki and Kinshiki. She turned towards Sneddy, fret all over her face. I'm not strong enough to stop them, she said. She wanted to make that clear. And I don't think no one here is. Damn it. Sneddy barked towards the Envoy's orders to get everything ready. Where the hell is Naruto, she asked. Meanwhile, strolling home, as Naruto was still a far distance away. Hands in his pockets, Naruto looked down, as he saw a seal appear in his arm. Raising an eyebrow. It was an emergency seal that was placed on him just in case they need him, as this was the worst threat level. Naruto's eyes went wide. The ground cracked as he took off at blinding speeds to get back to Konoha. Meanwhile, at the village, Guy was sent sailing as he crashed rather violently down to the earth. Guy, Kakashi called out. However, Guy pulled himself out of the rubble as he coughed up blood. Filthy humans, said Momoshiki, as a smirk then came on his face. At long last, he said, you finally stopped running and hiding. Kagura. Over to the other side, Kinshiki was massacring the group of Konoha ninjas that tried to stop him. He had a red axe in his hand as he was using it to tear and swing. They were just not strong enough. Momoshiki started to walk towards her as Kagura. Byakugan was pushing to the limit. He looked towards her with a mocking laugh. Do you really think that you can face me, woman? He said to her. You know the outcome of this battle, so I suggest you give yourself over before I'll have to hurt you. Sneddy stepped forward. You will be doing no such thing, she said, marching up beside Kagura, as she clenched her fists. And who are you? The leader of this village. As stepping up next to her was Tonori. What is this? A half-breed. His age do not match to be your sons. So tell me, who are you sired from, boy? asked Momoshiki. I'm afraid I won't divulge that information to any of you. However, I won't allow you to bring destruction and death to this planet. Young and naive, you know nothing of the true might that we wield. Let me show you. No, don't you dare, said Kagura. And what, are you gonna stop me? Blue chains shot out of her hand. They raced towards him. However, he dodged as he gripped the chains and yanked her. He reached his hand out to grab her by the throat, however Snatty came leaping down. Momoshiki stepped aside as her fists destroyed the ground. She lashed out with a brutal punch, but he dodged, kicking Kagura away before he grabbed Snatty by the throat, lifting her off the ground. Boom! The ground exploded as he slammed her in. Tonori appeared behind him and lashed out with several palm strikes. However, Momoshiki turned and lashed out with his own. The effects counter each other out. However, Tonori was the one that felt the sting. He staggered back before he was hit in the guts. He was then knocked in the ear before he was kicked away. Several kunais landed at Momoshiki's feet. He looked down. Boom! They detonated, swallowing him in a grand explosion. You filthy humans believe in that. You stand a chance. It's laughable, he said. My mission was to either kill you or bring you back. However, I'll erase you. Just like your traitorous sister. You'll die. Momoshiki floated upwards as he swallowed a few pills. Upon doing that, he raised his hand. Kakashi, who blocked Kinshiki's strike, watches Kinshiki jumped away. What's going? Kakashi's eyes widened, so did everyone else. Kagura got back up to her feet as Momoshiki formed a ball of pure death. The Konoha ninjas stopped what they were doing. Snatty eyes widened in shock. This was out of their league, she thought to herself. Kagura realized she had no choice. As she reached upwards, she had to do it. But before she could though, the ball instantly vanished. Master? Kinshiki said, looking towards Momoshiki, confused by what just happened. A distance away, the explosion went off. Despite being far, far away from Konoha, the thing was cataclysmic. A wave of pure, violent shockwave washed over the village, spiraling through. Momoshiki turned his gaze, unfazed by that. The thing had been pushed out of his hand. But who? Who dare could? Master Momoshiki, Kinshiki yelled as he jumped in, using his axe to block the fist that came towards his master. However, the axe shattered as the fist slammed into his guts, blowing him down to the earth. Momoshiki turned. Blam! He was sent sailing. Something was holding on to his face. What the? It was happening so fast. Momoshiki found himself being grinded into the earth, tear through as he was pushed out of the village. Over to the side, Kinshiki coughed up blood as he looked into his hand. How is this possible? He said. Picking himself up as he winced in pain, he leaped, going after his master. What the hell is going on? Said Snatty. It's Naruto. Where? She asked, looking towards Kagura. As the others regroup, a distance away from the village. It was once a forest now. It was nothing but broken trees. Momoshiki lay in the center of it, his clothing torn. Slowly picking himself up, something had rubbed him right through. A large trench was in his wake. To think that a mere human could do him like this. He yelled in frustration, blowing everything away. Picking himself up as he floated upwards, he saw the human standing there. Who are you? Said Naruto. You filthy human asking me who I am. How did you do that to me? How did I do what? How are we here? I brought you out here because you were hurt in my home, said Naruto. That's not possible. I would have saw you. Well, let's just say I'm pretty fast. You cocky worm. Let me ask you, are you the king? Said Naruto. The king? I see Kagura has been talking a lot. Remind me to rip out her tongue. What did you just say? I said, remind me to rip out her tongue. In an instant, Naruto stood in front of him. Momoshiki was baffled as Naruto grabbed him by the throat. He pulled his fist back until Kinshiki came in with a new axe as he slammed it right in Naruto's neck. The axe shattered. Naruto slowly turned his head towards Kinshiki. Momoshiki proceeded to slam his hand in Naruto's stomach several times before blasting him away. He then slammed his hand on the ground. An earth dragon rose up and came. It tore apart the area, smashing down on Naruto, further destroying the land. Are you okay, my lord? Kinshiki asked. Yes, I'm fine. This human seemed to be stronger than the others. However, it doesn't matter. Like all the others, he will also... Kinshiki jumped in the way. It was a good thing that he did, though, as a hand ripped right through his back. Momoshiki was shocked as Kinshiki stood in front of him. I won't allow you to hurt Kagura or anyone, said Naruto. His hand was going through Kinshiki. Master Momoshiki. Momoshiki was baffled, shocked. However, he slammed his hand on Kinshiki's head and slowly Naruto's hand fade through nothingness. As he watched, the big fellow just vanished into nothing. A bright light encompassed everything as Naruto stepped back. He then started to feel fluctuation of power. Kagura then landed beside him. Naruto, she said. Who is this guy? Said Naruto. Wait, where's the other one? She said. I pushed my hand through his stomach and he placed his hand on his head and then he just vanished. Damn it, he's absorbing him. He's what? He's absorbing him to gain more power, she said. Look, she said. This one is far stronger than the other two that you face. As she stood at his side. No, said Naruto. I'll take him on myself. Before she could argue, he simply raised a hand. I told you I would keep you and everyone safe, and besides, I'm much more happier these days, especially when you and several other people in my life. And I will never let this guy come and ruin anything, so stay out of this one, said Naruto. He's all mine. Kagura looked towards him. Be careful, she said. As Naruto simply smirked. She then backed off. You filthy, disgusting human. I do not know what let you believe that you can somehow overcome me in this state. As Naruto watched as the guy stepped out. This planet will be nothing but ashes once I'm done with it. He was completely different. His hair was longer, his horns were longer as well. His eyes show off yellow, ripple eyes. There was also ice in his palm as well as he was floating majestically in the air. He appeared in front of Naruto. You're nothing. His hand placed in Naruto's stomach before a force smashed Naruto through several broken boulders. He then slammed his hand together as a gigantic golem ripped itself out of the earth. The thing jumped over to where Naruto was and brought his fist down, obliterating the ground 10 times over. He then turned his gaze towards Kagura and appeared behind her. Watching the show, he said, pathetic. Making the humans fight for you. Did you really believe that they can do anything to stop us? It seems like in your time away you have forgotten exactly who we are. Let me remind... He was cut off as a foot was planted in his face. He cracked into the earth with tremendous force. Momoshiki looked toward his hand as blood dropped right in his palm. How dare you! How dare you! He yelled. Kagura knew a lot about him. He was one of the most arrogant Otsutskis, believing that humans or no other life force can ever rival him. So, to lose to a human was really tearing away at him. He turned his head toward his monster that was nothing but dust. How dare I? How dare you appear at my home and hurt my friends and family? You think I'll just let you live after that? It's over, said Naruto as he appeared in front of him. Momoshiki dodged Naruto's fist though, as he brought his palm up and stabbed Naruto in the guts. He then twisted his hand as he sent chakra into his fist. trying to shut Naruto's body down by tapping at his system. However, Naruto grabbed his wrist. Momoshiki looked up as Naruto pulled his head back and crashed it into his skull. The ground underneath them exploded with tremendous force. Momoshiki stepped back, dizzy and shocked, as Naruto moved in and buried his fist into his stomach. Momoshiki hunched over Naruto's shoulder as blood poured from his mouth. Naruto then lifted him up and black-handed him. He soared straight through the sky as Naruto jumped, leaping upwards. He appeared above him before he dropped his knee. His knee slammed into his stomach with tremendous force. Momoshiki was sent spiraling as he crashed into the earth. He coughed up blood. His body ached. How? How can a filthy human do this to me? He said. Naruto crash landed right into his guts. As Momoshiki coughed up blood, blood came from his nose and burst from his eyes as well, at the corners and his ears. Don't come after my family, said Naruto. As Naruto watches his eyes close, Naruto pulled his hands up until the eye in his forehead snapped open, but this time it was completely white. No pupil, nothing at all. Momoshiki's mouth then opened. Who are you? He said. Naruto blinked in confusion. What? I'm the guy that just kicked your ass. Ah, I see. He turned his head to the left. His two eyes were closed, yet the one in his forehead was open. My dear Kagura. Kagura froze. It's you, she said. Wait, what's going on? Isn't this the same guy, said Naruto. No, said Kagura, trembling a bit. Then who is he, said Naruto. I am the one that rules all. I am the one that stands over life and death. I am the one that reigns supreme. I rule it all. You refer to me as your king. Nothing more, nothing else. I rule everything. You're joking, right? Said Naruto. It seems like Kagura over there has not told you about me or what I'm truly capable of. Although I'm surprised. She found someone to help her in her endeavor. You know this will not work, correct? The only thing that you have accomplished is making sure that everyone on this planet dies when I come there. Because I am coming. And I'm bringing an entourage to make them see what will happen if more traitors was to ever arise in our clan. To show that there will be no room, nothing but death. All fate has already been decided since you were born, and your fate is to be consumed. Shut it, said Naruto. She's not going to be consumed by you or anyone else. I'll be stopping you. You think you can stop me, child? Yes, I challenge you. Come here and fight me. I'll rip you to pieces, said Naruto. Because I won't let you touch her or anyone else. Amusing. But who am I if not one to accept a challenge? Even though the outcome has already been decided, I will be there. Kagura, remember, all of their death are on you. You shouldn't have run away. And now, all of their life will be payment for your desertion. Enough, said Naruto as he brought his hand down. The head of Momoshiki was turned into nothing but particles as Naruto obliterated it. He turned towards Kagura. She had a horrified look on her face. As Naruto walked towards her. Hey. She looked up towards him, her eyes showing nothing but fear. It's gonna be alright. Naruto-kun, she said. This guy. He's not gonna be like the others. What are you talking about? Said Naruto. I just took down that guy that was strong enough. Yes, Momoshiki was strong. However, his strength pale in comparison compared to the king. I believe that he can actually hurt you. Hurt me? Said Naruto. I'm sorry, but I have to go. What are you talking about? I'll make a deal with him. I'll plead for you and the others. All you have to do is stand down. What? I'll hand myself over. I'll beg. I'll do whatever he asks to make sure that you're safe. I'll take the punishment. I'll give up my life. Just don't fight. Please don't. Naruto whacked her over the head with 2 fingers. What are you talking about? Come to your senses. I will never let this guy take you. So don't you dare say that to me, letting you go to be absorbed by this monster. Are you crazy? Said Naruto. But I told you I don't care, said Naruto. And I told you before, I'll protect you and everyone else no matter what. This guy's coming here and I doubt that he would let you be and this earth be even after what has happened so far. And I will not allow you and anyone else to get hurt. So stop talking about this nonsense, okay? This will be the last time you speak of it. She looked up towards him. Believe in me. Haven't you always, and I've always come through? She released a sigh. I know, she said. It's just, I brought you into this. You've wormed your way in my heart, and I would rather die 10 times over than see you get hurt. And I would do the same for you, said Naruto, but no one's gonna die except for this guy. So just believe in me, okay? She nodded. I'll believe in you. Besides, Kakashi would be really upset if anything happened to you. Her eyes widened. What are you? I know, said Naruto. You do? Yeah, I came back to the village after a mission really quickly. And I was looking for you and well, I left soon afterwards. Her face turned red in embarrassment. I'm sorry, it's alright, said Naruto. I know it must be weird for, well, everything. I mean, Kakashi is a lot. He's not what you would call normal. And I'm not talking about like fighting or anything, I mean emotions. And you're, well, you have friends here, but knowing that you're happy, it makes me really happy, said Naruto, so I'm happy for you. She breathed a sigh of relief. What? You thought I was gonna be mad? Well, I didn't tell you, she said. I know you would eventually, so I never said anything, said Naruto. She moved up towards him and hugged him, rather tightly, as Naruto smiled. Naruto! Kagura! They turned as they saw Sned and the others coming their way. As they stopped. What happened? Said Sneddy. Oh, don't worry, said Naruto. I'm still stronger. Sneddy looked towards the headless corpse. As Naruto turned towards the guy. And who are you? He said. Wait. Are you one of them? No. Said Tenori raising his hand. How did you... As he looked towards Naruto confused. As he turned back towards Hokage. Let's just say that he's special, said Sneddy. Yes. Quite special indeed, Tenori said. Seeing that Naruto was able to defeat Momoshiki. And the other one. I guess it's not really over yet, said Naruto. We still have some bad news. Sneddy looked towards him. And what would that be? Well. Meanwhile, Momoshiki found himself in a dark, empty pathway. He did not die. Well, he had been knocked unconscious. Until Naruto had pulverized his head. However, he did not die right away. He implanted his DNA inside of Naruto's body to live on. However, something was wrong. He was not sure where he was. Did he make a mistake? To think that a human could do him like this. His body will be his. And with that, he will be virtually unstoppable. However, where the hell was he wondered to himself. Looking around. I applaud your methods. A voice spoke up. Who are you? Said Momoshiki. Where am I? Infusing yourself into this body. If you were to take it over, you believe that you'll be virtually unstoppable. Turn yourself into the karma. What? How do you know that? Who are you? Well, the person stepped out of the shadows. Momoshiki's eyes went wide in shock. Wait. No. It can't be. This is not possible. It is. The person raised his hand and Momoshiki screamed as his body was turned literally dust. The person simply waved his hand as the dust blew away. I am the one that will be taking over this body. No one else. The person walked back down into the shadows. However, upon destroying Momoshiki, a small chakra pulse was released. As two pair of eyes opened up. The two people that was inside of Naruto's mind, not being the fox, two other people, his parents. Meanwhile on the outside, Snazzy's head was throbbing. There was war coming to the elemental nation so soon. As Naruto stood in front of her, when he started to sway on his feet. "What's wrong with you?" she said. "I don't..." Naruto fell backwards. Snazzy rushed over towards him and checked his pulse. What the hell? Naruto blinked as he looked around. As he saw the fox. "Hey Kurama, did you call me in here?" "No, I did not. I would like to discuss about your recent endeavors, but I did not call you here." "Then if you did not, then who did?" "Naruto." Naruto turned his head as two people stood there. The moment Naruto saw their faces, his eyes went wide. Mom? Dad? Naruto's eyes widened in shock. "In the outside world, what is going on with him?" said Snazzy as she looked towards Kagura. Kagura placed her hand on Naruto's head. Her eyes went blue as she appeared inside Naruto's mindscape. Looking around, she saw Naruto with two people. She opened her eyes in the real world. "What's going on?" "He's fine." "But why did he..." "His parents." "What do you mean?" "Minato and Kushina." The seal on his stomach. Her eyes traveled towards it. Their chakra was placed inside the seal. I do not know what caused it to react, but it did. And now they're in there speaking with him. "Oh," said Snazzy. This was the least thing that she expected to happen. When she saw him pass out, she thought that something was incredibly wrong, but it seems like for once, things were incredibly right, she thought. As she saw a smile came on Naruto's face, despite him being unconscious. "Wait, he's unconscious. What about..." "I don't see any indication of that thing inside of him taking over. Somehow, his parents are probably blocking it. Or I do not know if it's Naruto being awake in there. Seeing that I'm not sure what it is. I don't know myself," she said. She then turned back towards Snazzy. "Where's Tonori?" "He said that he's going for a weapon." After hearing what Naruto said, he said that he has a weapon that might be able to help in stopping the Otsutsuki's. "What kind of weapon?" "I'm not sure. He just told me that he'll be right back and he teleported away. So we'll just have to wait." "What about the others, the other nations? What are we gonna tell them?" "I'm gonna inform the stone and the sand. I'm gonna send a letter to the other nations as well. They all need to know about the threat that is coming. We need to be prepared," she said, getting up to her feet. "Watch over him, okay? There's a lot I have to do," she said, making her way out. Kagura just nodded as she looked down towards Naruto, as she thought about her older sister. Kaguya was most likely dead. After all, if she was not, she would have been here. But she did not know who had the power to kill her older sister. On this earth, there wasn't much powerful people, especially in those olden days. So she was not sure. That is why she wanted to talk to Tonori. He knew information about the past that she did not know, and she wanted to know. He was a direct descendant link from her son. From Kaguya's son, he was a link. She really could use her big sister help in this. Back in Naruto Mindscape, Naruto sat down with his parents. As they were talking to him, Kurama was acting like he was asleep, but he was not. But his eyes were closed indeed. His parents got serious all of a sudden. "Listen," she said. "There's something else in here." "Yeah, I know. I know what you're thinking," said Minato, "but it's not you." It's not," said Naruto. "No. I'm not sure what it is, but whatever it is, it's lurking in here. So deep that not even I can find it. My chakra cannot reach it. And even if it does, it's able to move around. It's been hiding inside of you." Kushina stepped forward as she went behind Naruto. "What are you doing?" said Naruto. "Just stay still," she said. She lifted up his hair. "Minato, look at this." Minato stepped around. What are you guys looking at? Said Naruto. Minato held his hand out. His fingers started to glow with chakra as he held out his palm, and he wrote something in his palm. It was then that Naruto saw it. Two upside down triangles. They were pointed toward each other at the tip. What's that? A mark on your neck, said Minato. I'm not sure how long it's been there, but whatever this thing that is inside of you is, it placed it there. Really? Said Naruto. Listen, son, said Kushina. Whatever this thing is, it wants to take over your body. As Naruto gazed narrowed at that. Meanwhile, the hidden stone. Sir, a man rushed into the room. Oniki looked up. We got message. At the border of Raiko village. Oniki raised an eyebrow. That village. That is where Kurosaki is. Yes, it's about her. What's about her? Said Oniki. The man told him what happened as his eyes widened. Time skip. Naruto's eyes slowly fluttered open. As he saw Kagura sitting there, her head leaned against the couch that he was sitting in. Kagura? Naruto, you're awake, she said. Sorry about that. You spoke to your parents. You knew? How? I checked up on what you were doing, she said. I take it everything went well. Yeah, said Naruto, but there's another problem. As Naruto turned his back, lift up the back of my hair, he said. Huh? Just do it. She did as he asked her to do. What's this? This black mark. That thing was placed on me by whatever is inside of me. Whatever inside of you? Wait. Your parents, they know what it is? They're not sure, but they can tell that it's nothing to do with me. It's a strange being living inside of me. Kaguya looked towards it. This looked like a karma mark. But this couldn't be... No. The timing doesn't add up. What do you mean? It's not any of the Otsutsuki's you've fought so far. This has been here for quite some time now. The way it was placed, we would have never noticed. Neither would you. So who put it there? Said Naruto. Tell me, Naruto, she said, turning towards him. Have you ever faced anyone like any Otsutsuki's before in the past? Before we met? No, not really, said Naruto. Although, when I was unconscious while facing off against sorcery, I did have this flash of the past. About? It was some strange rock I found in the Forest of Death when I was training there. It had some strange markings over it. I kind of went unconscious after touching it. I'm not sure why that memory came up. Show me that location now, she said. Okay, said Naruto. Time skip. I think it was around here. Well, that is what I could recall from the memory. Yeah, right next to this stream, said Naruto. I could remember quite clearly. I was training over there. And I'm not too sure what happened after that, said Naruto. I guess I might have headed home. Back then I wasn't one to really pay that much attention, Naruto said. Kagura looked around her Byakugan, searching every inch of the place. Until it focused down on something. Stepping forward, she picked it up. Is that it? Said Naruto. However, she was quiet. What's wrong? Naruto asked. This thing, she said. Huh? What's wrong? I don't know why, but there's something about it. It's not complete. I'm confused, said Naruto. This once belonged to something much more powerful. And now it's here, a part of it that is. There is still a residue of chakra on it after all these years. But it's so small I can't even tell. And it's now inside of you. Wait, are you saying that something came from that and went into me? Said Naruto. Yes. I believe that is exactly what happened. Why? Said Naruto. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what it is, she said. But something is not right. Okay, this has moved from normal to extremely freaky. So you're telling me that all this time, something has been inside of me. You know, today started out as a wonderful day. I was with Kurosaki. I met my parents and now all this, said Naruto. Damn it, he cursed. Calm down, she said. We'll find out what it is. I promise. I want to try something, she said. But it might be a bit dangerous. And what's that? Said Naruto. I want to speak to this thing that is inside of you. You want to speak to it? How? Said Naruto confused. Well, I can do something, she said to him. I never really thought about it before, but now that I know that this thing is definitely not you, there's a chance I can speak to it. But what if it hurts you? That is why I'm going to use this, she said, as a blue chain came from her wrist. What? Said Naruto confused. I will link your consciousness to my chain. So the moment I tug it, you will wake up immediately, she said. Are you sure? Said Naruto. Well, 90% sure, she said. And what about the other 10%? That this could go horribly wrong, she said to him. But I want to find out what is this thing. To find some way to get rid of it. Because that mark on your neck seemed to be a karma. Wait, that's what you said that you could do. To take over someone's body, right? But that would mean this is another Osusuke. Yes, but I'm not sure if it is or if it is one. Who is it? Do you have an idea? Said Naruto. No, she said. The idea crossed her mind that it might have been Kaguya, but the timeline did not match up. Nowhere close. So, what do you say? You up for it? Well, I don't want to live with this thing any more longer, so yeah, said Naruto, as he sat down. Her chain slowly wrapped around his wrist. You have to allow me to link my chains to your consciousness. We both know that you can resist it easily. So just calm yourself. As she sat in front of him. Clear your mind. Feel the rush of the chakra on your wrist. And just allow it to completely submerge you. Naruto took several deep breaths. As he exhaled, inhale and exhale, releasing a final breath, she tugged on the chain as Naruto's eyes closed. She couldn't do this if he fought her, but now that he accepted it, she could. As she closed her eyes as well, feeling for that entity inside of him, waiting, searching, looking. And she did. She felt a pull. Show yourself, she said. I know you're there. One of her chains came around and tapped the back of Naruto's neck where the mark was, as Naruto's eyes snapped open and looked at her. Who are you? Are you going crazy? I'm Naruto, he said. No, you can't fool me. You are not Naruto. So tell me who you are. Now! Seems you're not as stupid as I thought. So you figured it out, did you? I guess it was those other two blasted signatures inside of him. They could feel me as well, even better than the fox. However, it doesn't matter. Soon I will be free, and you won't be able to stop me. No one will. I'll get rid of the mark. You stupid young woman. You have no idea who or what I am. Your time, your age, your insightfulness, your knowledge is nothing compared to mine. You and no one here can get rid of that mark. That mark is all-encompassing, unending, and you're gonna use it to try and take over his body. You're more smart than I thought. But it doesn't matter what you tell him or anyone else. You won't be able to stop the process. So you're Osusuke, aren't you? Osusuke. He chuckled. Answer me, she yelled. Funny. That you'll be one of the first person I kill. He lashed out as she pulled the chain. Naruto stopped as he blinked. Kagura? She swallowed thickly, as Naruto realized his hand were inches away from her. What the hell happened? Said Naruto. It's bad, she said. Time skip. Tsunade received a letter as she was surprised. Instead of she sending a letter to the stone, she got one. However, when she opened, her eyes went wide in shock as she read through it, as she couldn't believe what she was reading. No, damn it, she said, slamming her fist in her table, completely destroying it. Shizune rushed inside. Lady Tsunade, what's wrong? Tsunade dropped the paper as she started to massage her forehead, not answering Shizune as she turned and looked through the window. Shizune picked up said paper. When she read, her eyes went wide. Kurasuke has been kidnapped. The people that were witness to this said the assailants were wearing black cloaks with red clouds. The Akatsuki. But guys, to be in right here, if you want to see the next person do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. But I'm out for now. Remember to stay tuned for the rest of the what ifs coming your way. So yeah, without further ado, I'm out. See you guys soon. Peace, guys.